Okay, let's quickly look at access. So they say here, open the TRE earnings table in design view. So this is a table. I'm opening it up in design view. If you don't know the difference, then just make sure that that is saying design view. Okay, so remember you've got all your field names and your data types, and this is what we want to see. Okay, so let's quickly have a look. It says they change the field size of the year field to double. Okay, I'm just going to make this a whole lot smaller so that we will be able to see our okay, there you go. So this is just going to go a little bit bigger now. Okay, so it says they change the field size of the year. So I'm in here. This is what I'm looking for. Year. Okay, the year that I'm asking for should be double. Now you will see you'll go to the field size and you will make it double. This is the correct one. It's the memorandum I'm showing you. So it is already on the right one. So I'm not going to tell you that every time. Just make sure that you see what I'm doing. It's going to go into double. Convert the genre fields to a combo box with the values action, adventures, and drama. Okay, so we're in genre. We're going for a lookup wizard. Okay, you will type in the values. You want to see if I've done it. Yes, it's the I use this. Now there's two options actually to do it. You can go to your VLOOKUP here. You can say you want to look up wizard, and I just find this the easiest way, and you just need to say then you want action. Go click on the next one. You want adventure, and the last one is drama. Okay, then you're going to say next, and you're just going to say it's fine, finish. Okay, can you see there it says the source row? Okay, now this is the other way you can do it. You can go into your genre, you can keep it in short text, and you can go into lookup. And then there where row source is, you can insert it. Okay, but for me to remember the separations and whatever, it's just easier. To make sure you've done it correctly, you'll go into your table, and you will see that here by the genre field, if you click on that, it should give you those options. That's what meant by a combo box. Okay, we're going to go into the design view again. Insert the validation rune on the field here. Okay, so we are in the field here. So go to the field here and only allow values from 1995 to and including 2022. Okay, now some of you struggled with this. So the rule will always look like this. You can actually go, and for me, it's just easier to remember between 1995 and 2022. They like asking years like this. So when it includes 2022, you say between 1995 and 2022. If it doesn't include 2022, you're just going to say, you're not going to put in the and. You're going to use a little hyphenated sign like this. Okay, but if it's included, you'll have to do it like that. Validation text, it says there, remember, what if I type in something like this? Okay. If I type in, let's say here, 2023, you see, it gives me that option of saying, sorry, can't be. Okay. And I will keep on doing that until I put something that's in between. Okay. Okay, I'm so glad this happens because now I can just change it to 1995. If this happens, then just go to that until you find that. Okay, so that is when you have to do the between and. So let's just take it back to how it should look. You're going to go and type in between. Just quickly want to take you into options and say functions. built-in functions. Date and time. Yeah, I'd rather just use between. It's going to be easier. Between 1995. And can you see the and is a capital letter and 2022. Okay. And I see I can actually, I'm typing it in the default value. Okay, it should actually be, yeah. Okay, so you can just say they're between 1995 and 2022. Okay, so that's that. Then edited the field ticket sold. So we're going to go back into ticket sold. That's the field they're talking about, and it shouldn't not be able to leave it empty. So that means it is required. If it was no, then it could have been left open, but now it says yes. So then created input mask for a field MPAA rating in the following format. Okay, now this is where you will first go to the MPAA rating and you will have your input mask here. Okay, so I'm just quickly going to see if I can actually stop. I just quickly want to share this with you. Here's the input mask. I'm not sure if it's going to share now. Let's quickly see if I stop sharing my screen. And then I'll just quickly do this with you so that you can see this. Okay, this is important for me that you see this when I do this. Okay, so when I go back, I'm just going to quickly share my screen with you. Okay, now hopefully you can see this. So they ask there on the question paper, they ask for the input mask to have two compulsory capital letters. Now a compulsory capital letters. First of all, it needs to be capital letters. In other words, you're going to use that operator over there. You're going to start your input mask with that. It must be compulsory. So you're going to, that's why it says double nines. Okay. Then the next one says there that you need to have a dash. A dash is a symbol. So that's why we will use the and. Okay, the and, I'm talking about the one that's above the 7 on your shift on your keyboard. That's why they had the and there. And then the last one they wanted there was 2 optional digits. So it could have been not necessarily, it's optional, so it's not required. And that's why it was a 9 and an 9, because it was not required. It's optional. Okay, so I'm just quickly going to stop the screen to share so that I can share my other 2 screens again with you. So these are the 2 I want to share. Okay, hopefully it appears correctly again. All right, so let's just quickly go into that. Okay, so remember I said operating, it says they're 2 compulsory. So that's why I'm using that. Okay. I'm using the operating of a bigger as. Okay, so this is the first one. The dash is, now this is the second one. There's actually 2 in that row. Okay, and that's a capital LL. You will find that in your input masks. Okay, a dash is a symbol. Okay, any symbol. So that's why we use that little thing over there. So that's why I will put the input mask like that. And then 2 optional, okay, because it's optional, it could be 9. If it was being required, then it would have been a 0. So remember, for each one, there should be a 9, 9. There's 2, okay? So if it was only 1 compulsory, if it says here 1, then there should have been only 1 L, but the capital should still be there. Okay, so just read your input masks very carefully. Then the next one says insert a new field image with an appropriate data type to add to the thumbnail. Now, normally what this is, it's an object, or OLE object. So you would have gone there and would have said an OLE object. The reason why, well, they actually gave marks for an attachment as well. But if it is a image, then I would just say object. And you will see on your table, you would have seen there by picture, it actually, do you see it gives that little clip art, which means there's a monthly one. Then the calculated field for you, luckily this is not an option in grade 11. According to me, this is not part of your caps. I hope that I have it right like that. And so then you don't have to really worry about it, but I'm just going to show you quickly what they did here. They talk about the monthly revenue. So they've just added that sum there, but luckily you don't have to do that. Okay, so let's just quickly go to the next one. It says there you'll have to do a form in Access. Okay, so forms are really not difficult. However, I actually see here they say you have to do a calculated field. That's probably in the query. Okay, let's quickly go to the queries. Okay, let's first do this one. So they give you the form. They say it must look like this. You must insert the fields given, etc. Okay, so we'll go to the form just to show you. Always work in this view, in the design view. That looks funny like this. Okay, so if you need to add a text, okay, you'll always work in the design button there, and you will say add an existing field, or maybe you want to just add a little, you want to change this to another. Can you see? That's just how you do it. Just remember how to insert your picture. Your insert picture will be under, not the difference between a background image, just make sure you know the difference. I just want to see quickly here, why am I not seeing? I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger because I can't see this properly when it's not in there. Okay, yeah, I couldn't see this, and this was what I was looking for. So I just made my screen a little bit bigger. So I'm just going to quickly share it again, just for the sake of knowing that you can indeed see me. Okay, so I'm just making a little bit bigger. So just make sure that you are, when you're in your form, okay, this is what you want. This actually bothers me a bit that I can't see my picture, so I just want to make it a little bit smaller like that. There you go. Okay, so this is basically like, see it as shapes in your Word, the same similar thing. Okay, your form consists out of a header, a detail, and normally there's a footer at the bottom as well. Okay, so it's 3 sections. It looks weird, but it's still the same thing. So let's say this was not there. None of this was here. Okay, and you had to type in something. You would have gone to your text box. You would have drawn your text box there, and you would have said, okay, you wanted the following to be written there. You would have wanted movies. What was it? 2022 movies. Okay, and you would just like a normal text box in Word, you would have said 2020 movies, whatever they ask you, top ranked. Okay, now this bothers me, so this shouldn't be there. So I'm just going to right click and say delete. Okay, now you can edit this. If you don't see the property sheet, you'll have to go and put it on. But normally when you click on that, then it will be there. Okay, I just want to quickly just show you this. So if I cancel that out, then you just say property sheet. Okay, then it comes up again. Now you can change the text alignment there. You can do the general text alignment. You cannot always change there, but if you can't find something here, let's say you can't find the fill or whatever, then you can do it there. But you can, most of the things you'll find here by design. Otherwise you can go to property sheet. Okay, and then just have a look at the image. You can just basically go down until you find what you're looking for. This is an image, or you can say insert image. Okay, you're going to go to browse and you're going to look for the camera, and you will see that that is actually already there. You'll have to draw it like that, okay, for it to get in. Let me just quickly show you. If you say insert image, can you see there? It's not going to just appear. You'll have to put it in. Okay, so that is basically what forms is all about. And then they can ask you to insert all of the other fields. So if it's already existing, remember all of these are existing fields. So you can basically say you want to add existing fields over here, and then you can add all of those. Okay, so that's how you do that. You're just going to go to add existing fields, and you're going to then move it around just like a text box. So if I say ticket sold, can you see it appears there? Okay, and then let's just quickly go to the query. I just want to quickly share my screen again so that both is shared, so that you can see both of my screens. Okay, there you go. So if you look at the query, they say open the query 5.3 and modify it to include movies before 2005 and display the movie's name starting with an X. Sorry. So you in here, you're going to go into the design view, and this is how it's going to look. Everything bigger than 2005 in the year. And when you say it needs to start with something, then you always use the word like and put in the asterisk. That is important to know. Then you should also be able to, if you go to query 5.4, it says movies with some kind of animation in the production. Again, like the methods. Can you see there's again the same one? If you want, if they ask you for something that includes a word or start with, you use the word like, and you put into inverted commas the asterisk with whatever you want. Okay. Then the last one there says movies that sold more than 5 million. Make sure you work in the correct field. It's obviously going to be the ticket sold, again far more than the operator. Okay, and then it's not the kicking K, which makes kleiner as, it's the bigger as, and remember a million has then obviously 6 zeros. Okay, then let's just quickly move down to 5.5. 5.5 says it's based on the earnings. It's meant to display as the screenshot below. Okay, now let's quickly look what's happening in the screenshot below. The screenshot below gives us the fact that the movie should appear. Okay, so remember, if you don't want anything to appear, but you need to create your query based on that, you just take it off. They want the movie to be there. They want a creative type to be there. They don't want the genre to display here. So we're going to take that off. They want the distributor to be there. And that's it. So you just need to make sure that genre is taken off, although we're using it. Okay. So the creative types, now this is a bit difficult. This is probably the most difficult it will get in grade 11 is the creative type must be superhero. So it should be superhero. But because there's two different distributors, it can either be Walt Disney or it can be Warner Bros. Can you see that? But for both of them, the creative should still be superhero. So let's say they wanted only Warner Bros. Okay, so there was only only, okay, let's rather say, yeah, let's say they wanted one Walt Disney. Okay, so there is only one distributor, but there was 2 creative earnings. So it could have been superhero or another creative type, which I can't look up now. That's going to give me an error. Oh, maybe not. Okay. So let me just quickly see here. If I look at the creative error over here, then what's the options given? Okay, at this point of time, I'm struggling to see that. Okay, here it is. Okay, this is the genre. Okay. And here is superhero production method. Okay, let's say we wanted live action. Okay, so those were the 2. Okay, so it was not only the superhero, it has to be live action. Okay. Okay, you'll see, I'll just type it in and I'll actually work. Can you see you have to have 2 on both lines? Okay, I hope this makes sense to you. And then obviously if you're going to run it now, it's going to look different than the one because it had to be superhero and it had to be Walt Disney. Okay, but if I go back into that and I change it as it was and I run it now, then can you see it looks exactly the same. Okay, just make sure you take genre off there. Okay.